Hey guys, Jason here with BounceWave Inflatable Sales. We are down in Florida. It's a beautiful sunny day. Nothing's more fitting than the Island Flow hybrid water slide. Why is it called a hybrid? If you haven't seen other videos or where I explain that, it's called a hybrid because I took a two-piece unit, slide with slip and slide, and a single-piece unit. Let's take an 18-foot, single lane slide, and I kind of merged them together. And that's why I call it a hybrid, because it's kind of a hybrid form of a slide. So this is the hybrid, again, in the Island Flow theme. You could call it Miami Vice if you want. Again, when we build this, when we do water slides, for the most part, we like to think of water, splash, pool, ocean, lake. We try and drive that home because that's what people think about on sunny days when they're out, using a water slide. They're not thinking koala bears or I don't think, at least, or punching gloves or boxing gloves, any kind of thing like that. So this one has a lot of pop. We took it to the show, I think last year and the year before when we were inside, and it sold first morning, first 30 minutes by a gentleman down in Miami that's actually doing extremely well with it. And I have this. I know what it'll do. This one just rings the bell. It'll go to the top of the rental fleet now very quickly. This one's priced at $38.95. The standard hybrid's $34.95. This one's a little more because, as you can see, it has a little more with the glasses and all the fun stuff and frills. It's a few $100s extra to have that stuff put on, but makes this slide so much different. So there again, what's the difference in the hybrids? This is a single piece unit, takes one blower. 1.5 generally blow them up. 2 is recommended, but you can get it up on a 1.5. So the sliding angle of the lanes, the sliding angle is the same as you would get on a two-piece unit with slide and slip. 52-degree sliding angle instead of 45. So it's going to be a little steeper than your standard run, center climb, or single lane slide. And then you'll also notice as well the length of this unit. I believe it comes in at 39 foot long, but look at the run out. The run out's the flat section of the slide, so you come down and then it straightens out. That distance that it gives you to the pool is run out, and that run out is extremely long there, as you can see, so we can slow the people down before hitting the pool. So this is a left side climb and then double lane right here in the middle. But guys, these are, double lanes, and a lot of people still use singles. I'm not saying singles are totally out of the market by any stretch, but anyone you've talked to that goes to double lanes realize very quickly that most people are going to rent it. There's just so much logic there. And there again, the reason why people, up to the last 5 years, a lot of people were going with single lanes is because price point. They were being charged from the folks out west $2,000 more to go from an 18-foot slide from a single to a double. And I guess they could get away with it. My hat's off to them. When I came into the game, I was doing double lanes for about the price difference of what it cost me to build a double lane. It was pretty simple because I knew that if I got double lanes into the customer's hands, they're going to make a lot more money. They'll come back to me and buy. There's logic there. It makes a whole lot of sense. So if you take an 18-foot single at $2,900 or $3,000, and you take our double lane hybrid at $34.95, it's $495. Well, if it goes out 60 times a year and you get $50 more rental because it's a double, $50 more rental at 60 times a year, 6 times 5 is $3,000, I think, somewhere right in there. Okay, so we've paid for that $400 difference rather quickly. And if we run it 3 years at $3,000, it's $9,000 more we've made on the unit, right? So just, it pays for itself so much faster. And I don't know, I ask people all the time when they're heavily in singles, I'm like, if you were to rent a water slide, you were the renter, you're the person on the website looking at the product. And for $50 more, you can get a double lane as opposed to a single lane. As the renter, if you were renting it, would you pull the trigger on the $50 more? And every one of them says, well, sure I would. And then I say, well, then what am I missing? What part of that conversation did I not, if it makes sense to you if you were renting, well, that's going to be the majority. That's how that's going to look. So that's why I'm a big fan of doubles. Again, singles needed in some areas, the tighter yards, entry-level pieces, things like that. But other than that, I kind of go with doubles. But this piece is awfully good. You can step off this side also. You can show them, it's got the stabilizer pads, the raised bumper. When you see our stuff live, for you guys who haven't and they come to the show and they see it, when you actually physically look at it live, You can call this a 20 easily in the market. It's going to engulf mainly any other 18-footer out there. Anybody we sell to that comes down and we blow them up that has other people's units, the first thing out of their mouth 90% of the time is, wow, that's way bigger than the 18-footer I have, or whatever that looks like. I don't make that up. That's just sheer fact. When we do the shows, that's what we constantly hear. It's just constant, right? So this unit's about 540 pounds, 550 pounds right in there. We roll back to front on this unit. It's actually a fairly easy roll. If you get too narrow, the roll gets harder to do, but the length helps here. So the roll isn't so combined short and fat, right? It's not so much material right now. When you drop it down and we pull that, we fold the pull back to level, and then we let that top, we pull that forward and kind of get that squared up look. Fold, stair side first, fold that in first, then come over your stairs, half and half. So fold half, fold the other half, and then roll, but it's not a very hard roll. So my drivers at least 18 single to this double, they say there's hardly any difference when they go pick it up and roll it. So, and we've rolled a billion of them, so I would attest to that. So guys, the hybrids are things you got to have in your inventory. Pound for pound, return on investment. I don't know if there's a slide in the country that's better. And I don't just say that. I've got many. They just work. They're pretty fast. Kids love them. Repeats, they're affordable. If you keep this in the market of affordability, call it a 20 if you will, whatever that looks like. Some of you guys do crazy stuff. I can't, it's an 18-footer, but however you do that, and you keep it at $350 to $400, you're in pretty good shape for the day. And it's going to rent, and those people are going to find value. Because if they rented an 18-foot single from someone else who bought from someone else, and you take this to them, they decided to give you a shot on the next year, they're not going back. That's the deal. They are not going back, because this one's going to be way more fun, and it's going to be faster, and the kids are just simply going to tell them this was much more of a slide. And when you blow it up and leave it initially, just right off the rip, the appearance, the look, the size, we hear it all the time from not only our buyers, but also in the rental market. Oh my God, the customers, the renters that rent it from you guys, that's way bigger than the last one I had that was an 18-footer. I think maybe they didn't actually bring an 18-footer last time. You hear that, we get that report nonstop. So fun, fast, curb appeal. It checks all the major beverages. It checks all the boxes. It does everything you want it to do. A high accelerated bumper, zippers all over the place, zipper up top. You can see the very top, that little flange up there, zipper in the glasses. And man, it just screams ocean. It screams fun. It'll go girl or boy. This one just, if you don't have it, get it, and I'll make a deal with you. If you get this unit, it don't go to the top of your rental fleet. If you have this unit in March, for you guys who can start renting in March, mid-March, if you didn't make all your money back in 2 to 2.5 months, that is a look in the mirror check. That is a what am I doing wrong check. Because most people that run a pretty good business that I've told that to come and buy 3 or 4 more same summer. Because they go right to the top of the rental fleet and they're turning this down. They're turning it down. Everybody's wanting it. So now they're going, I need a couple more of those. Maybe different hybrids, but I need a couple more because that's where everybody's going. So I don't make it up. That's real as it gets. We hear it nonstop. You can ask anybody that Austin, Blake, Blaine, Chris, you can ask them. It's the story you hear nonstop. So if you're interested, we do have some in stock. I know you say, well, I'm just going to wait until the summer comes. And that's the same idea as this. Buying a house, let's wait for the real estate market to get as expensive as it can. Make sense of that? If you do, that's strange because that doesn't make any sense. Or let's buy a stock when it's at its top, when it's totally exploded. Let's buy NVIDIA when it was $1,000 before the 10-to-1 split. Let's not buy it at 100 because it makes too much sense, right? So get it while you can get it, because they will sell out in the summer. And we go through this every summer. It's the same story. It's the same exact story. And then you end up buying used. So you go pick up someone else's crap and you paid $1,200 less for a 3-year-old beat up one, and you think you're doing something, but rather than having a brand new one that makes a lot more sense, that's going to make you a lot more money over a 3 to 4 year run with ease. So I get it. It's only a $500 deposit. It ain't like you got to pay it all now. So if you're up in the Northeast and you love it, you give us $500. We'll keep it till April for you and ship it to you. It's not a big deal. Just know that you have it and you're planning your business. You're looking ahead in your business. So 888-901-WAVE. Let us know if we can help. We got a lot of hybrids in stock. We got some more coming. We're going to be ready for you guys this summer. We're going to have, we really ordered in some of the the best looks and best runs for summer that I've ever seen since I've been in business. So I'm pretty excited about that. 888-901-WAVE.